please consider supporting this massive dork of a YouTuber on Patreon for just $1 a month. Link down in the description. Greetings fellow gamers, and welcome to another countdown. Whenever I play a video game, I prefer to have a positive experience. Whether it's having a lot of fun or being captivated by a game's world, characters, and setting, if any game gives me an enjoyable experience, I find value in it. But unfortunately, there are moments where my enjoyment for a game can be completely killed off, leaving me annoyed, frustrated, or a combination of the two. I don't have many moments like this, but I certainly have them, and they're not pretty. So now it's time for me to vent out my frustration and talk about my biggest killjoys in gaming. Whether it's a level, a boss, a frustrating design choice, or even an entire character, nothing is getting a free pass here. And as always, it's my own personal opinion, and there will be spoilers, but I'll let you know when one shows up. And with that, let's get salty. These are my top 10 biggest video game killjoys. And I only have one more thing to say before I begin.
You poor fool.
Alright, this first moment is only number 10 because there isn't that much to complain about here compared to the rest of my choices, but I still find Royal Road from Kirby Triple Deluxe an irritating slog of a level. Now, simply from a game design standpoint, there is nothing wrong with these levels. The problem I have with it, and why it's a killjoy, is that it's so freaking uninspired and uninteresting. Looking at the other areas of the game that give us new and fascinating landscapes and environments to explore, you'd expect an area called Royal Road to have new, unique environments in the series. So what were we given? The new and fascinating landscapes you've already seen before, just lazily slapped together to create new levels. Nearly every level from this game is recycled content, including the typical boss rush, but more so rehashing Hypernova segments and every single secret stage into one instead of making a brand new landscape. It's like the developers went, "So you all know this part of the game was fun, right? So let's do it again! It'll be just as fun the second time around!" It's really not. It's just bland, uninteresting, and not fun. The only reason this is number 10 is there is the level before the final boss that is different, but it's ultimately just jumping in and out of portals and jumping on floating crystals. Essentially, Royal Road is not hard or anything. It's just an uninspired mess of an area that's not fun. So Kid Icarus Uprising. This is one of my favorite games of all time, but there are still some moments that really tried my patience. And those moments really stand out. And the biggest offender of this is the boss fight with Hades' heart. My god, can this fight be super annoying. Almost every other boss fight is fairly easy, but this is just ridiculous. Hades' heart is the boss of chapter 23 after Hades completely swallows Pit into...
In the belly of the beast, of course!
Alright then, Hades. Anyways, as you make it through Hades' innards, gross, you encounter his heart, and now I regret it. This fight can be summed up in one scene.
Come on over here! Come on over here! No, you flipped me off! Come on, coward! No! Come on! You're not an intellectual! You're a fake and a fraud!
Simply put, Hades' heart just runs away and using the many walls to elude Pit, and when you deal a certain amount of damage to it is when it gets hairy. The heart will become surrounded in a red aura and will start to storm around the area and trample Pit, where it is difficult to avoid and gains temporary invincibility. But wait, there's more. At random, Hades' heart will copy itself, in which the copy is surrounded by a yellow aura. When this happens, steer clear of the copy, as it eventually explodes with a huge blast radius that engulfs all of the halls directly connected to its location. There are also some mines around the area, but they move slow and aren't that dangerous. This doesn't become a fun challenge, it becomes a test of my patience, something I am not a fan of. Kid Icarus Uprising may be incredible, but this boss fight is so frustrating and annoying. The Only reason it's not any higher is because of the dialogue through the level that's hilarious as always.
Me too. Well, there's more than one way to get rid of a bad chicken nugget. Maybe I should just expel you the old-fashioned way.
No! Please don't do that!
Can't stop now.
If Viridi's army is attacking, you're doing it awfully quietly.
At least I'm doing something, Pit. You're such a slacker. Ugh.
I really need to stop talking to myself.
Your heart wasn't even in it.
And I'm still just talking to myself.
No More Heroes. What an interesting experience featuring an otaku assassin chopping down hordes of enemies in an effort to get laid. But yeah, these games are jam-packed with stylish gameplay and personality, wacky characters, and some awesome boss fights. But then there's the mini-games of the first No More Heroes. Alright, allow me to be blunt. These fucking suck. I understand what Suda51 was going for here. You wanted to have a design choice to expand the gameplay, add some variety, and to not have the game be too short. And I respect that. But this was not the right way to do it. As if going through Santa Destroyer was already bleak and boring enough. I mean, why go around killing thugs with your beam katana when you could be doing such tasks like mowing the lawn, filling cars with gas, collecting coconuts or garbage, and finding lost cats. Ugh, these are the literal definition of mundane. Especially that stupid scorpion minigame. Fuck that shit. This was almost a major turnoff for me beating No More Heroes, as there was almost no point at all to doing these tasks. Design choices involving realism, no, boring realism, should not be in a game where you play as a foul-mouthed weirdo assassin with his creepy anime, running around with a rip-off lightsaber, cutting down thugs and other assassins like they are nothing, and even having cutscenes that annihilate the fourth wall.
You're the protagonist. I'm just a cool, handsome foil who happens to be your twin brother.
Sheesh, I'm already getting so frustrated and we're only at number 8, which means I really gotta prepare myself for the next entries, but my body will never be ready for what's to come. Do I really need to build this one up? Seriously? Anyone who has played Goldeneye can easily tell anyone that the most difficult level in the entire game is the Aztec Complex. Fuck this place. Just fuck this place. This is the best example of a rage quit killjoy. Even on the quote-unquote easy difficulty, this level gives me so much bottled up rage that not even Kirby in his abyss of a stomach can contain it. This level has two primary objectives. Reprogram the shuttle and then launch it. Easy?
No.
The main killjoy of this level are the enemies. They're just too damn strong. They don't take many hits, but crap do they contain some powerful weapons. The guards are either armed with assault rifles or one or two ammo-less Moonraker lasers. The lasers are especially troublesome as the beams can pass through doors. Yeah, you yourself can wield one of these, but that doesn't help with how many laser troops there are. If you somehow progress further in the level, you come across Jaws, who has 2 assault rifles and can withstand up to 15 headshots. And you have to kill him. And if, and that's a big if there, you manage to kill him, an alarm goes off and a bunch of laser troopers come in to ambush your sorry ass. Now all of this is bad enough, but the worst part is if you die anywhere in the level, even at the very end, you have to start the entire mission all over again. Yeah, this level can go die, and I've only beaten it once on easy. It's not fun, it's a frustrating mess.
Smile, you son of a...
The Sonic series. Oh boy, the number of choices we have from this series. I was originally going to go with the special rings in Sonic Advance 2, as they are completely counterintuitive to how the game is supposed to be played. But then I remembered Sonic Heroes and its bullshit design choice of repetition. This design choice does not make any sense to me at all. You see, in order to unlock the last story, you have to complete all 4 story modes and collect all 7 Chaos Emeralds. Now this wouldn't be so bad if the level designs were different, but here's the kicker. The stages are the exact same. Yup, you heard me right. All 14 levels and all 7 bosses need to be played 4 times, alongside going through these really bad bonus stages to collect all 7 Chaos Emeralds. Does that really sound fun to you? And what really hurts is the potential this could have had. If they made the level designs different for each story but kept all the areas the same, or better yet, not have a development cycle of only 20 months for a multi-platform game on a 19-member team, we wouldn't have the repetitive shithole of a level design that we got. Simply put, this design choice is boring and lazy. When you have essentially 4 teams playing the exact same levels, that's where I cross the line. The only reason this isn't any higher is that you can abuse Team Amy's special stages to get the Chaos Emeralds, because they're overall easier, so you don't have to play the special stages with every other team. But still, this is absolutely putrid. So the next entry is from Zelda, huh? Well, what's the game in question? Oh, God. So if we're going to be talking about Phantom Hourglass and Killjoys, then we have to talk about one of the most infamous dungeons in Zelda history. The Temple of the Ocean King. Anybody who has played Phantom Hourglass will tell you how awful this dungeon is. Any Zelda fan can tell you how confusing dungeons can be. Different patterns, enemies, and puzzles. You always need time to think of what to do and how to do it. It's part of the series' charm. But here, this isn't a one-time thing. Oh, no. You revisit this dungeon 5 times. 5 times, doing the exact same boring puzzles with the exact same bad stealth mechanics for over a quarter of the game. Oh, but the worst part is the way you navigate this temple with the Phantom Hourglass. Sure, it protects you from this place's life-draining curse, but you're on a time limit. With time that decreases even faster if you're caught by one of the phantoms or hit by a Wizrobe, and you only have a limited amount of time before the curse catches up to you and drains your health away. So wait, let me see if I'm understanding this correctly. This is the only time where the Phantom Hourglass is actually relevant. This game named itself after the worst part about it.
What a twist!
What were the developers thinking? This is the only game on this list I haven't beaten properly because of this dastardly temple. Grrr! These next 2 entries are entire freaking characters. So with that, we have Mega Man X5. And you already can guess where I'm going with this. What is this, Capcom? What the hell is this? I understand bringing in the next generation Mega Man, but did you really need to bring in the next generation Roll? Seriously, throughout the entirety of Mega Man X5, Alia always has some pointless bullshit to tell you. There are tons of moments in this game where I have a crap load of fun plowing through enemies like it's nothing. But nah, you can't do that in X5. You have to stop and wait for Alia to get her damn mouth off. Not only is the information she gives us useless, it outright kills the pacing of the entire game. Sure, you can skip through her dialogue by mashing the jump button, but in every case this occurs, you have to stop. Is there something I'm missing here, Capcom? Isn't the entire point of the Mega Man X games to blaze through levels like crazy, having an absolute blast along the way? I mean, yeah, half of these games suck, but baby steps, my viewers. But in all seriousness, is this supposed to be fun, stopping the action for no reason? Certainly not my idea of fun. Why even have this Reploid bitch talk anyway? All the information she gives us is the no-duh kind of information, like wall jumping, and God forbid she even tells the player to walk right. The entire idea of side-scrollers! And the worst part is that X5 has a training mode, and it's the same fucking thing she does in the main game. Thank God X6 fixed this by giving you the option. Now Alia, shut your bitch face up!
fucking me!
Bowser from Mario Party. No. No. No, no, no! Bad memories of my childhood again. Bowser from the Mario Party series is such a bully in this series. Mario Party has already relied on so much dumb luck as it is, but Bowser is just so evil and cruel here. There's a reason you should invite Bowser to your parties. Because if luck decides to screw you over and have you land on a Bowser space, everyone's day is now ruined. If you so happen to encounter Bowser, he could literally do anything to you. Steal coins, steal stars, force you to play those palm-blistering mini-games, and even alter your dice blocks. Now Bowser is bad enough in every Mario Party game, but it's in Mario Party 1 and 2 where he shows you no mercy. In Mario Party 2, the Bowser Bomb is such a broken mechanic. This bomb lets Bowser walk across the board for a single turn, which doesn't sound so bad, but the catch is that he hits 3 dice blocks. 3! And if he runs into you, he will take every single one of your coins away. That's real nice. But he's even worse in the original. He does the usual stuff here, but he can also split up the total sum of everyone's coins evenly, and even steal a star from you if you land on a Bowser space with no coins. Not only does he rob you of all your belongings, he makes completely sure that he humiliates you to no end. Jesus Christ, what a fucking bully! In every other spin-off series where he's featured, I love Bowser to no end, but in the world of Mario Party, I despise him. And I'm not even going to touch Mario Party 10 and Bowser Party. Good God, it makes me want to have a stroke. How could it possibly get any worse than this? But I found 2 more entries, so let's get into it. If you've gotten to the end of Pokemon Coliseum, you know about this guy. It's the Eggman ripoff looking bastard Eevee. So yeah, I hate this battle. Unlike the battle with Nazcaur, fucking Christ, what are these names? Eevee has Pokemon 5 levels higher than him, meaning you'll have to prepare yourself if you're under-leveled, and his team is absolutely brutal and unfair. He has a Salamence that can lower both your Pokemon's attack, Dragon Dance to increase his own attack and speed, along with Double Edge, Dragon Claw, and Aerial Ace. A Scizor, which only has 1 weakness, Swords Dance to greatly increase his attack, Metal Claw and Silver Wind to potentially increase more stats, and can finally Baton Pass his stat increases to another team member. His Machamp isn't as tough as his other Pokemon, but still has Bulk Up to increase his attack and defense, along with Rock Slide, Earthquake, and Cross Chop. These next 2 Pokemon go together and they are terrifying. A Slacking and a Slowking. So you know how Slacking has the ability Truant and can only move once every 2 turns? Well, get ready to shit your pants as Slowking will use Skill Swap to swap their abilities, now giving Slacking an immunity to confusion and can now attack every turn with Crush Crawl, Aerial Ace, and Earthquake, and can buff his attack and defense with Bulk Up. While Slowking now only moves once every 2 turns, it's still pretty tanky and can use Water Pulse, Psychic, and Shadow Ball. And to top it all off, a Shadow Tyranitar with Thunder, Blizzard, Rock Slide, and Shadow Rush, alongside the Sandstream ability to damage your team every single turn. And because Tyranitar is a Shadow Pokemon, you have to catch it. This battle is just ludicrous. You could spend hours grinding your Pokemon and it still won't be enough due to Eevee's destructive team and difficult strategies to counter considering the limited number of Pokemon in Coliseum. And I honestly hate associating my favorite Pokemon with this motherfucker. And to think, I still have 1 entry left. Agniratha. Upon first glance, this place is beautiful for a ruined city, and the music is rather calming, but don't judge books by their cover. This place is pure evil. The map layout of this place is very maze-like, so it can get really confusing just exploring, not to mention the enemies all around here. Sure, skip travel makes things easier, but not unless you plan on using an oversight on the developer's part. more on that in a bit. The main objective in this area is to activate all the pillars around the city to reach the shrine, but to activate them, you'll have to defeat some enemies on each floor to get to the top. The floors are very close to each other, so initiating any area of effect techniques will most likely aggro enemies on the next floor, meaning they will come up or down the fucking stairs and fight you. Oh, but that's just going through Agniratha normally. Getting 100% here is utter hell! To get the most out of this place, you have to defeat all its unique monsters for affinity coins, complete a ton of side quests, and collect everything for the Collectopedia. The unique monsters aren't that bad, but I wish there wasn't quite a bit of normal enemies close by to each one of them. Certain items for the Collectopedia are really rare, like the Lucia Silver, which you need 3 of. 1 for the Collectopedia, and 2 for Colony 6 reconstruction. I could go on about how tedious the side quests are, but the one that needs to be talked about is Agniratha Beautification 1. The item you're looking for here is the Fairy Tale Diode, which is really rare, and you need 5! But the worst part about all this is that if you progress the story any further, you can't come back here and finish what you missed. Unless you use the developer oversight by going to the transporter in the Cetro factory on your second visit, where you can explore Agniratha all over again. But only in the Wii version. And if you do this, Skip Traveling Mechonis is disabled. I hope you have tons of fun walking around for hours and hours and hours and hours, getting everything you missed on your first visit. I know I dragged on a bit here with this entry, but fuck me, this area is awful and tedious incarnate. Xenoblade Chronicles, you may be my favorite game of all time, but you really know how to kill my time when going through Agniratha. This has been Kdog. I hope you all have a great day, and I'm gonna take a nap. Fuck you, Agniratha!